Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you guys the best prompt to basically write any essay for you. Now obviously it's not going to be writing the essay, but it'll help you polish it up and make it as professional and perfect as possible while, avoiding plagiarism and avoiding like AI slop. So now obviously you can use this for almost any category, any level of education. It doesn't really make a difference. It's designed to just help you do an essay, and it can be even for work. It doesn't make a difference. So when you do this, all you have to do is basically copy the prompt, paste it, and hit enter into ChatGPT. It's extremely beginner friendly. You don't really have to adjust anything with the prompt if you don't want to, because the prompt is just ready to go. It's just basically going to tell ChatGPT to ask you a series of questions, and with those series of questions, it'll get a better understanding of the context and what you're trying to accomplish. Now, like I said, you can go ahead and copy the prompt. You can get it from the description of this video or the pinned comment, depending what YouTube allows us to do. But once you have the prompt, you can go ahead and paste it into a standard ChatGPT chat, a custom GPT, or our preference personally is projects mode. Now I prefer projects mode because it keeps everything confined to one specific folder. It's a lot more organized, especially when you're working on things like this that is somewhat of a project. And as you can see here, this is what we always utilize. It's the project only memory mode. So any memories that are stored within this specific project stay confined to this project, and it also doesn't take memories from outside chat. So I'm going to go ahead and just type essay, and we're going to create this project. Now once it's created and we're there, we're going to go ahead and actually paste the prompt now, and as you can see here, it says, "You are my essay writing coach and planner and editor. Your job is to help me produce a strong original essay using a clear process, thesis, outline, draft, and polish." And then obviously there's extra stuff in here with academic integrity, no hallucinations, stop conditions, and a series of questions, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and click enter, and as you'll see here, immediately it's going to start asking us questions. So this is what I was saying, how it's super simple. You just copy, paste, hit enter, then answer the question. So now paste the assignment prompt, question, and any teacher instructions. Obviously, I don't have any teacher instructions. I don't have a project that I'm working on. So I'm going to just do a hypothetical situation here in which I'm writing an essay for, high school level about the book 1984, since I've used that in other videos. So I'm going to go ahead and answer all these questions really quickly, then come back. That way the video isn't super redundant of me just answering every single question for 15 minutes. I'll just go over each question really quickly once I've completed them. Alright, so I went ahead and answered all of the questions. I'll just show you guys really quickly what they look like. And it went ahead and basically produced the outline and a sample paragraph for us. And because obviously, you're going to want to have a draft to, basically get the most out of this, in my opinion, and obviously have the appropriate documentation so it can understand the context of what it is you're trying to do. In my case, I didn't have it, so we're going very general just to show you guys quickly how it works. So I just said it's a 5-page essay on the book 1984 when it asked for the assignment, the grade level and required length. I said, 5 pages, grade 11 level, like high school, essay type. And it wants to know the context of it. I just said literary analysis, required format. So this is to show you that it can work with any type of any other type of format for your sourcing and whatever. And it can also work for if you're working in university or higher level education. You can utilize this as well. So I just said APA, due date. I said April 1st. Sources are none required, teacher provided, or I'll provide sources. I just said A, not required. Just to be very general here. The topic choice, I said it's an assigned topic. But it could be one where if you have to choose, or if I choose which area, and it can basically help you do that. Then finally, what position and or claim are you leaning toward? I just said not sure because I'm not really sure what we're doing here. Any rubric criteria, I didn't have it, but this is where it would be great to upload it if you did, as well as any additional notes or information regarding what you're trying to do. Every information or every piece of information and documentation you can provide will only help this do better for your overall writing construction, because it'll have stuff to work with in terms of context. Right now it has nothing. It's just going off of what I'm saying, and it's very general, so it's going to give us a very general outline. So then we see, do you have notes or rough draft ready? I said not yet. That's where it'd be great to upload that if you had it. And then finally, output preferences. It says, do you want the outline only, outline in one sample paragraph, or to edit my draft? I don't have a draft yet, so let's go down. Then you see here, assumptions, basically no outside source required, so the essay will rely on 1984 itself. Since you did not choose a claim, I picked the strongest grade 11 literary analysis angle. Since you chose outline plus one sample paragraph, I included a sample intro. And then it goes here. It gives us 8 thesis options that we can work with. Obviously, I'm not going to read through all these, but just to give you an idea, the best thesis in its opinion and why, which, yeah, that's fantastic. If you're actually working on a thesis, it can help you develop it and why it might be strong or not strong enough to argue or to refute, depending on what you're doing. Title idea, Control, Truth, and Power in George Orwell's 1984 gives you a strong full outline here. It's an introduction, background, thesis, body paragraph with the claims that you can make, explanations, secondary body paragraphs, and basically the whole thing of what you should be doing if you wanted to get a good grade on this, particularly in a grade 11 class, for instance. And we go through it all, and it's all pretty quality stuff here. Let's go down. Then finally, you have a sample paragraph of what it would recommend your initial or later paragraphs to look like. And that's about it. So as I said, it's best to be as descriptive as possible and provide as much information as possible so that it has an idea of what it's doing and what to work with. Because in my case, it really didn't have much context nor information. It just was going off of a very general thing, and it still produced something pretty quality. So as I said, if you want the prompt, you can basically just copy it from the description or the pinned comment, paste it into ChatGPT, hit enter, answer the questions, and you're good to go. You'll have a fantastic assistant to help you write your specific essay, depending on whatever category, whatever grade you're working on. It doesn't make a difference. It'll still help you. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and have a nice day.